To the club in a fur coat. Bitches out here drinking Merlot. And I'm smoking on a pure rope. Got a bitch from Europe, probably gotta pay in euros. For sure, bro. And these hoes stuck to me just like Velcro. I'm like, hell no. I smoke an elbow in a damn day to my damn face.
using. Kane with the comes in there.
Didn't stop it. He knew it was about to happen. Wait a moment. Wait a moment.
I see it now. I see it now.
What are you not gonna let it do it to you, brats? What?
8th Street.
To show to you that I'm more good than I am bad.
Azir! Stop it! They have a family! Don't do it to them!
And I'll be
5.
And he's sniped by Illusion!
Remedy gonna get gunned again. That was a great nade by Mayo.
Should never have gotten that 3-piece!
Yeah, somewhere the deep inside of you, I know you want me to. You're just afraid to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I used the wrong overlay, but welcome to tonight's show. I have accompanied by me, Breezy and Shifty. Gentlemen, how are we tonight? All right, well, nobody's feeling good tonight because, they came here for the motivation, and I used the wrong overlay. That's awesome. Already the first streamer's fail of the night. Shift, I know you just muted your mic. Okay, so technical difficulties. Great. Good way to start the stream tonight. Thank you, gentlemen. I don't know if they can hear me or if my actual casting settings are broken. Yeah, they can. They should be able to hear me. Wow, this is the first. Breezy, can you hear me? Alright, well, we're going to cut this to a commercial break because obviously nobody can hear me right now. That's great. But, guys, tonight, for those of you that are on the stream, I have Breezy and Shifty here tonight that are going to be casting this awesome matchup between Natural Talent going up against Knights Templar. It's going to be an interesting one. You know, we got the two top teams that are going to go at it tonight, and they're going to hit the fan rolling, man. The lobby's already set up. It's getting made right now, and we're just waiting on teams to join here. And I have a company with me, Shifty and Breezy, man. We'll be right back as soon as they decide to come back.
Yo.
There he is. Is that Mr. Breezy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is happening, brother? Welcome to the stream. And
I
think
am out of
Shifty's
breath
here now.
16 flights of steps will literally wear a man out.
Oh, Jesus, man. I did the intro and you guys both disappeared. I was like, oh, that's good. I know that I'm doing the casting tonight.
Nah, I had to run down to my truck real quick. Sorry.
Oh, Gucci. Oh, Gucci. What's happening, man? How's everything going? Good?
Everything is great. I'm excited for this matchup tonight. This ought to be a great one between two really good teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. You know, it's two really good powwow teams going at it tonight. Red versus tail or blue, whatever you want to call it. Definitely gonna be.
We'll just go with blue game. Just for the stream's sake.
Yeah, we'll go for blue. It just kind of like, you know, what's that challenge that they made where it's like, is it this or is it that?
You can get with this,
or
you can get with that.
Oh, there he is. There he is, ladies and gentlemen.
There's my duo.
You can get with that.
He's blessed us with his
Yo,
presence.
Real talk,
Hello?
though, I just did the stream. I just did the intro. I was like, yo, I have Breezy and Shifty here, and just crickets. I was like, fuck, I did it too early. But, you know, without further ado, Shifty and Breezy are accompanied with me tonight to get this game day coverage for Natural Talent against the Knights Templar. Guys, how are we feeling about this match? I hate you. I hate you. Absolutely hate you.
I feel,
It was amazing.
I feel pretty great about it. I mean, I've watched both of these teams play recently, and
you are infinitely
we're
more
in for a
knowledgeable
treat,
than
man.
I am. You're infinitely more knowledgeable. I have not seen either of these teams play yet, so.
Well, you know, I am also a coach within this league, so it's my job to watch VODs on these. You know, so.
Shut up.
I hate you guys.
No, I don't.
Sorry,
Honestly, I'm happy
stream,
to
but
be here.
Shifty's a little, you know.
I'm happy to be
crazy
here.
tonight, sorry.
Mark says you're slabbing for sure. I don't know who that is, but
Slabbing?
slabbing.
No, slabbing for sure. I think he might have been like stabbing or something. I don't know what that is.
I think he's torching. Pretty sure
Yeah,
Shifty's
yeah.
torching.
You know, yeah, because stabbing is so much more understandable than whatever slabbing is. No,
Yeah, I don't know what
100%. No,
slabbing
yeah,
is,
100%. 100%, Mark. I'm with you, dude. If that's Mark from AGN, then I love you.
Oof.
Is
All right.
slabbing like another term for torching? Is that
Yeah, Mark, please
Maybe,
let-
yeah, maybe.
Please let us
Yeah.
know. Please let
Yeah,
us know.
maybe,
because-
maybe so. Bro, I am a
now my
natural
brain
torture.
is like now I'm like mind blown. Like
I am the definition of a torture, bro, and nobody can say anything to me unless you smoke cigarettes because then you don't know what it's like to truly have to torch.
Oh boy. But take us through this bracket really quick, Shifty, before we get into the maps here tonight.
Yeah, go ahead.
What
Ask
are
me
the-
to do it.
What are the two teams that we got tonight?
Well, so if you guys can't read, the two teams to the furthermost right side of the bracket would be the ones that are still in. I had the benefit of watching Band of Misfits versus Nemesis, which was a crazy series that boiled down to the wire. As now Knights Templar again getting the better of them in what was a crazy match from what I had been told. But now definitely again for the people that can't read, Knights Templar coming from the top half of the bracket and Natural Talent coming from the bottom half. Gonna have two teams that, like I said, from my very limited experience in and around this league, seem to be sort of the front runners. Seem to be sort of the front runners here, especially in this bracket. But right now, we're going to have a hell of a best of five. It's unfortunate that we start with Azir Cave and end with Piccadilly. Hopefully we don't have to go map number 5. One trash map is going to be bad enough. But taking a look at the best of 5 on your screen now, Azir Cave, St. Petro, S&D, which, you know, can always get kind of wonky. Hackney Yard, Dom, which I've seen enough to choke a horse now, Gunrunner Hardpoint, and then Satan's map rounding off the best of 5. Again, hopefully we won't have to deal with that. But if we do, I do know that Piccadilly is always a map that I enjoy watching. It's just not a map that I enjoy playing. So
I'm opposing you.
I
on that
can
one.
I can agree to that. I rather watch Piccadilly than play it. If I gotta play it, I'd rather just go stab myself in the eye with a.
Good. Good.
Well, I'm
That's
just
good.
saying.
I'm
No,
a
that's good.
Piccadilly
No,
guy.
it's perfectly understandable.
I enjoyed the first 4 maps in this rotation. I 100% enjoy playing all 4 maps. I love watching all 4. But I'm getting sick and tired of Cave, man. Can we start vetoing this, please? That would
Yeah,
be
we-
great.
Oh, we figured out what slabbing meant. He's packing the meat. Shifty. He has the meats.
Yes,
Hey,
the
rumor
beats.
does have it, Mark. Okay, rumor has it that he does have the schlong.
Bro, I have to throw it over my shoulder to walk up the stairs, dude. You know how difficult that is, especially with being a smoker? You try walking up 16 flights of stairs with your meat slung over your shoulder, dude.
What you mean, slowly you should. Well, I mean,
rough,
I
bro.
hope it's good meat, bro. Like, that's all.
I hope
That's-
this does not. Hey, for future
Arby's,
reference,
bro.
okay. Full disclosure, I hope this does not get blocked on YouTube with the stuff that we were saying.
Bro, dude.
Absolutely
Dude.
not.
If all right, nah, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, I just
We gotta
I
keep
just,
it PG, man. We have
just
some
stop
parents
right
that
there.
do
Just
watch it.
hit a wall,
We're gonna keep it somewhat PG.
including my parents. I believe my parents actually are watching this too. So,
Hi.
shout out to Devaney and John. Y'all are the real goats. I'm here casting with some.
Yeah, shout out to Shifty's parents. We love you.
Shout out to Shifty's parents, man. You guys raised the goat. That's right.
Ha, bah.
Yes, sir. The goat. Oh, Jesus, man. You guys are great tonight. You guys.
Oh,
are
dude,
great
it hasn't even started yet, dude. You can't start. Yeah, you can't
Hey,
start
like that
complimenting
song-
us
hey,
yet.
Hero, like this song goes, bro. Hey, Hero, like this song goes, baby, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Oh, Wow, is that a reference that's too old for me or what?
You don't know oldies? Come on, man.
I mean,
think about who our parents are. 50?
bro, look, here's the thing, okay? If it wasn't Metallica, Megadeth, I wasn't listening to it. That was what my dad banged back in the day.
I mean, true.
Something wrong.
My
with the
dad,
lights.
my dad tortured me with AC/DC, Kiss, Def
Did you
Leppard,
say tortured?
Slipknot,
Don't
Styx.
you dare put AC/DC?
I was 5 years old,
that.
man.
Dude,
I didn't want to keep
yeah,
hearing
if you weren't-
TNT.
I'm dying. I'm dying.
If you weren't 5 years old walking down saying
Nah, dude, I remember coming out of true story before we get started off in this.
these are always good. These are always
I was 5 years old. I literally hopped out of the bath and I go into my living room and I just start shouting TNT. My dad's like, dynamite.
Yes, right. There's no other. I'd have been ashamed of your father if he didn't respond to that way.
My dad is as old school as it gets, man. He listens to all like the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, a little bit of 90s hip hop, but not much.
What a great dichotomy, too. The oldies raised a guy who now sits in front of a screen and talks about video games. How great.
Yeah, but hey, this is literally the best job ever. Thanks to
Oh, it
COVID.
truthfully is. It truthfully is. Again, big shout out to K7 League for having me and Breezy on today. It's going to be a blast. Again, we have a great best of 5 here provided by Rogue Energy, Fade Grips as well. Shout out to all of those wonderful sponsors that kind of help push this along and help Hero pad mine and Breezy's pockets. That's what we're glad to. That's what we're glad to hear.
We literally have the best job in the world, and truly excited to be working for the K7.
Absolutely.
Oh
man.
wow, goodness gracious! I just got all feelsy right there,
And
bro.
also the piggyback off of what Shifty said. There's no better person I'd rather cast next to tonight than him.
Hey,
Oh,
This
screw
man
you
is
too,
a true
you know?
legend.
I,
He's a
wanna-
goat.
I love casting with you too.
again? Who are you again?
Well, Hero is the third man here, but he just decided to take the production route tonight.
Yeah,
So,
he's gonna lazy it out, dude.
I'm leaving it to
whatever.
the
but hey,
notes,
we're
bro.
glad to have you, brother. You are one great league owner, even though you are a little sloppy. But that's fine.
It's all right. It's all right. I will redeem myself tonight. I will be like the oohs and ah moment of the match. Like, ooh.
We see a
If
crazy.
you miss,
we gotta hype it up.
Spectate one person. If I don't see the guy that we literally say we want to spectate, I quit.
Yeah, I'm gonna
It's
try my
over.
best because my bumpers are actually breaking on the controller, and I'm like trying to switch with the D-pad now. It's like,
Hey, so I was just getting ready to say that. I was gonna say, dude, there's a crazy thing called directional pad buttons on the controller.
yeah, that's how I actually get. That's how I switch people all the time.
Oh, for a second, I thought you were about to say that's how you move in COD. I was like,
Yeah, I reprogrammed the
No,
controller so I
it's
can move with the
not.
D-pad. Because I was an Atari guy.
Like, that's
so
a
I
thing?
Definitely wanted.
yo, bro, don't badmouth the Atari. The Atari 2600 was the OG, bro. You ever played ET on that thing?
Oh my god, no.
Feed into
You
the
know what's
memes,
OG?
dude.
You know what's really OG? Outside of
Pong?
Atari, you know what else is OG, dude? Playing on the joystick of Pac-Man
Pac-Man.
or
Oh.
Street Fighter at the arcade.
The old arcade systems. Wait, how old are you, Breezy?
Yeah, man. I will be 32 in February.
Oh my god, bro, you are old as hell.
Thanks, brother.
I'm kidding, bro.
good.
I get told this all the
Wow,
time.
great. Thanks, dude. Here we
I
were
get
just
told that I'm
vibing,
old all the time.
bro.
They vibing,
That's
bro. They vibing.
that's
But
crazy.
hey, I might be 31, but I've got the best job in the world, dude. I wouldn't change this for anything.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. I am 23, which explains, I guess, why you grew up in the arcades and I didn't. So, you know,
Oh, well, I mean, I was in.
I missed
was
out a very
apparently,
pivotal
from what I
time,
was
bro.
told, from what I was told by my father, I was in and out of like bars and stuff by the time I was like 3-4 years old. So he had me bar
good.
hopping.
that's always something you love to hear a father
I'm
tell
not
his
proud of
child.
that.
Yeah, that's always something you love to hear a father tell his child. Yeah, kid, I was packing you around
And
in
you
the
think-
bars back in the
and-
day.
And then you think about early 90s when, you had like the popular hairdos. I was rocking a fucking mullet at the age of 5.
Bro, I'll tell
Shout
you
out to
right
Billy Ray
now,
Cyrus, by the way,
dude.
for all your
I had,
fans.
dude. So okay, for next stream, by the way, Hero, I'm going to send you a picture of me from 7th grade, and dude, I had the epitome of the Justin Bieber flip hair.
Let's go.
Like I had to
Oh,
like
no, you
flip it
didn't.
out of my. Oh, dude, yes, I did. I had to flip it out of my eyes and stuff, like in the middle of games. It was awesome,
Were you a believer, bro?
dude.
You a
No,
believer?
no. But dude, okay, but look, his hairstyle. Look, just because I didn't do my schoolwork on a stone tablet, Breezy, doesn't mean that I was a believer. Okay, leave me alone. That was the hairstyle back in the day, bro.
No tablet.
Oh Jesus, man, this is ridiculous.
I do remember some of those crazy hairstyles. Yeah.
No facts, dude.
Yeah.
Like the whole pompadour thing. You had like the hair sticking straight up, like it looked like the backside of a mountain, just standing straight up. Dude, honestly, I tried to do that too, and I just ended up looking like a short white troll doll.
And now here we are.
in the K7
And
league.
now here we are in 2020, and we're all still getting haircuts like the Justin Timberlake's.
Dude, look, okay, Justin
Don't
Timberlake is an
understand hairdos
icon.
nowadays. I don't get it.
Stuck
Justin
in my
Timberlake is an icon.
mirror.
Whoa!
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Oh!
JT's the GOAT.
I've been
JT.
traveling down this road too long,
Too low.
Too long.
trying to find my way back home.
Back home.
Yes. Yes. Please do the ad libs for every
I'll do the
cast
ad
that
libs.
we
I'll
have
do the
tonight.
ad libs. I
Please
got
do
the ad libs.
ad-libs. Like, oh my god, what a 3-piece, and Hero goes 3-piece.
Peace. Yo, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. First game.
Dude,
That's what we're gonna
dude,
do.
that would make this stream the best stream ever, bro.
Speaking of my mom, she's in the chat right now trying to call me out and tell me that Biebs was my idol.
Don't lie. You know that beat.
You don't have to put me on blast like
Yo,
that
let's
in public.
go, Shifty's mom. Let's
Don't
go.
lie, you know the Beebs was your idol. Yo, Mrs. Pentagraph, I love you and respect you, but that's a low blow exposing
a
my
low blow right
career
there.
Here, okay?
That's a low blow right there. That's a low
Yeah,
blow.
you
low
have
blow,
mom
man.
as a go,
I just
bro.
walk down the stairs and drop kick the computer.
If your mom watches your cast, I don't know what I want my dad doing.
Both my parents watch my cast.
Hey,
Dude, it's
hey,
awesome.
if your parents are watching, well, then I give a shout out to my girlfriend who's also watching the cast. So,
Hey!
shout out to Ashley.
My wife
Shout out to
watches,
Ashley. Shout out to Ashley.
but
I was gonna make a
Being
joke there,
supported
but I
by the ones
didn't.
that love us.
I was gonna make a joke there, but I didn't. I figured that was not an appropriate time.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Yo, your mom's watching you, bro. You can't make jokes.
I
like
know,
that.
bro. Dude,
Oh,
who do you
yeah,
think I
he's
get it
dead
from?
and gone.
Who do you think I get it from?
Oh, ooh. Yo, Mrs.
Oh,
Pentagraph
taking
is gonna
shots at
slap the
mom.
shit out
No,
of you,
I'm
bro.
dead ass. That's not a shot. I'm serious.
Yo, Mrs.
Oof,
Pentagraph.
Mrs. Pentagraph, get your son.
Oh goodness, is the map loading up? What are we doing?
It is. I'm already,
Okay, cool.
I'm
I
already
like
loading.
this is fun. I enjoy shooting the shit with y'all, but
This was a great cast. This was a great cast. They're already
yeah, I'd be like, okay, and we're done.
they're already going to their sides right now. But like before
Oh,
they
cool.
start this game and go to their sides, I just want to ask, what do you guys are predicting for tonight's series? Series score is what I'm trying to say.
I'm gonna let Breezy give his.
Well,
his prediction first.
Well,
think he knows more about the
considering I've
league
watched
than I
both
do.
of these teams, I've watched both of these teams play, and I honestly think this could go either way, man. Like, part of me is leaning towards a 3-0 in favor of Knights talent, and then a part of me kind of wants to see the Game 5 because we're casters, and who doesn't want to see
Bro.
a Game 5 round 11?
How are you swinging between a complete ass whooping and a game
Because-
5?
I
Those
was
two things are
told-
so far
Because
apart.
I was told behind the scenes that, hey, we want Knight Templar to lose because if they lose a map, or if they win a map, they get the first seed in this league. So I'm kind of torn. So I'm just going to say Game 5. It goes,
Fair enough.
It goes Game 5. It
oh.
goes to natural talent in 5, bro. That's what my prediction is.
So you're saying 3-0 or you said game 5, right, for natural talent, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna say 3-0 Knights Templar just because I want to be different.
There's nothing wrong with
Jesus.
that.
Just because
And
we
hey,
have
quick shout
What?
out to Mrs. Pendergraph again for taking another shot at Shifty, her son.
Yo, it's cool, dude. It's cool, bro. Even if that's the case, that honestly might be my dad sitting on the computer. I'm not sure,
He
but
still has the poster hanging in his room. Don't let him.
yo,
lie to
dude,
you.
I tried to get us to turn face cams on. I'll throw that Justin Bieber poster as the backdrop.
I can't believe
Dude,
this.
I'm not kidding, bro.
Get up, bro.
Dude, I've got to
Set
get my
off.
composure before we load
Baby,
into this map.
baby, oh, like baby.
Yeah, let's
See,
go.
right?
Let's go, bro.
Exactly. Somebody else who gets
If I
it,
was
dude.
your boyfriend, I never let you go.
Oh, dude, yes. I'm sure he sings it just like that too, monotone and all.
Hey, I'm sorry. I got a deep voice. I can't pull off a Bieber, dude. Sorry.
Okay, look, was that a shot at you? Do you need me to talk like this?
Yo, can you cast like
Baby,
that?
just turn the lights down low.
Maybe go to the office and it's .3.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so do we have a lookout for today's game or no?
Okay.
We don't have a lookout for this game
Oh my
tonight.
god!
We did not get it provided tonight because
Whatever, dude.
All right,
Okay.
well, ladies and gentlemen that are currently watching this wonderful stream tonight, all right, we are getting ready to load into map number 1, which is
Are we?
Azir Cave. And if you haven't got to see Azir Cave, you're in for a treat.
Oh, yeah, this map is great. Let's talk about how the meta has changed, actually, to kind of get into actual casting work here. So we are seeing the reprisal of the 10mm ammo on the MP5, which may change the way this map is played a little bit from your recent history. We had an all M4 meta pretty much for a little while. And then it has now been changed back up. Granted, the damage at a distance ratio has been dropped a little bit, so maybe 2 MP5s here with 3 M4s, potentially a 4th M4 on a map like Azir Cave. But it'll be interesting to see how both teams kind of come out and play their own style here. I'm hoping for a quick 3-0 from Knights Templar just because I don't want to be wrong.
oh my god, bro. We are everybody's on their
Before map
sides
1
now.
starts, I am predicting that we at least see 3 ARs on this map. 3 to 4, because obviously what Shifty pointed out is the meta did switch back. And a cave is a pretty heavy, like, AR dominant map. So the subs are kind of at a disadvantage.
I agree with you. I think it's a very, I mean, it's not quite as much of a traditional, because when I think of a traditional Call of Duty map, I think of something that's got 3 lanes that can kind of all be held at different points in the map. And Azir Cave is not necessarily your prototypical 3-lane map, but a lot of the angles that you'll get are pretty long sight lines other than towards the middle area outside of P2. But for the most part, I think we will see the typical 3 M4, 2 MP5 setup, at least to start. And then maybe once one player, starts getting slapped around a little bit, maybe we'll see him pull out a desperation M4. But for the most part, I think we'll see a 3 and 2 split. I think that's pretty normal now. I mean, the game has been out for a long time now, so we've all kind of been able to see how the metas have grown and changed and regressed for that matter. But I will say that I may be one of the few people that is excited. But I'm excited that the 10mm is back, because as much as I liked the all M4 meta, I just feel like the MP5 creates a different dynamic for the cracked out little kids that like to play this game. So I'd like to see them get in their face and take control of the map, especially towards like P4, very small, close quarters hills that have a lot of different entryways. So we'll be looking to see the MP5 players begin to cause havoc in that area and lock those hills down. So be interesting to see who wins. I think on the hard point, I think it's actually going to come down to your sub players. I think whichever team has those 2 sub players that outplay the other side will be the ones that end up winning. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really going to depend on that.
I
also
totally agree with that.
positioning.
I'm just going to end it on saying this. I want to see somebody get absolutely world star like Octane did yesterday, all right? He wanted to be forward that team and put him on skates. That's all.
Oh, yeah. That was a crazy play, dude. That was I saw that on Twitter. I wasn't even watching the CDL stream, but I saw it on Twitter, and that was insane. I don't know if it, like, granted, Octane is amazing. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I think a lot of the thing about that 1v4 was that two of the players that he killed were like right on top of one another. It was just some poor, it was either some poor map positioning or just really, really great timing from Octane. But I mean, either way, to be able to snap on all 4 players like that, insane.
Yeah, and we're going to get right live into this game right here. Beautiful. They're going to play a player short because they were late to the party. There is a call time, so
great.
Respect that call time.
Ooh, okay, this will be fun. So, a 4v5 going to go underway as Knights Templar are going to be the beneficiary of the opposite team dropping a member. We see Katsy here trying to put some shots down across middle towards P1. However, Knights Templar are going to take the initial advantage. And I mean, this is really going to be a tell of the tale for a majority of map 1 at least, because playing a map like this, being a man down, this map is so built around 5v5 play that once you have that one person down that can no longer watch your flanks or hold that angle inside the hill, it immediately puts you at a major disadvantage.
Put you at a major disadvantage, all right.
We're on board here with, who are we on board here with?
B? Third person, now Rybo.
All right, we're on board with Rybo here. He is rocking that standard NG5 setup as expected. See, when you're inside the cave like this, it's really hard to like watch certain angles on the map, so you never know exactly like what to do in these kind of situations. You know what I'm saying, Chicken?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things here, especially with P2 being a huge money hill for this map. I think you can kind of tell as what Rybo is doing right now. He's holding down this middle angle that is going to be so pivotal to lock down because we're rotating from P1. But again, on the minimap down on the bottom left, you see that right now Knights Templar is getting the positive spawns towards that east side of the map. And honestly, again, because of the, and I don't want to hamper on it too much, but because of the numbers disadvantage, this is probably gonna be a pretty consistent thing we'll see. I mean, especially on a map like Azir Cave where the rotations are so long all the way across the map. A lot of times, I mean, even if natural talent does rotate early like what Crixus is doing right now, I mean, if he can't pick up 2 kills here on the rotation, then he's going to be up shit's creek without a paddle. If we do see a member from Knights Templar, I believe that is Ray, hitting the full flank around the backside, so we'll see if he can make anything happen with them.
Making full flanks indeed, that's all right, because Ray is in that point right now with Atomic. Well, it's actually Rybo and Atomic. Atomic just gets screwed as Rybo is pushing his way still in the hill. Goes down as it, what is it, Cats? Is it Cats? Catsy? I can't say.
I don't know. I was calling it cat. I was calling him Catsy.
Cows. But as Cats takes him down, I think it's Cadsy. Kid Z. I don't know. These people, some people have weird names. I can't say these names. He said phonetics.
Hero, you need to get hooked on phonics, bro.
Yo, I used to get hooked on phonics all the time.
Is that what they're calling it nowadays?
Absolutely.
Beautiful. P4 going to be in initial favor of natural talent. We saw this towards the rotation of P3, but we do have someone by the doggy door. Guess needs to be able to pick that up. Nice shots by him as now he opens up that north side of the, or south side of the map. I apologize. I got my compass mixed up. But, I mean, 80 points right now. This is definitely not insurmountable, but again, that numbers disadvantage is definitely not going to help with that fact. As right now, honestly, Knights Templar can just brute force their way into pretty much every hill at this point.
Yeah, Blesso goes down, and Ivane is back on top of the truck right now. Knights Templar pushing in. They got a heavy push, but no, Ivane took 1 down, took 2 down. That's Nordic and Magnifico down. Atomic still creeping on the side over there. It's a whole push right now from the natural talent into the hill. The hill is still contested as Ivane tries to take him down and takes him down. That's Ivane lagging a little bit over there. But
oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, bro.
Ivane is over here right on a 6-3.
Yeah, Ivane is killing it right now. He's dropping.
Can we keep spectating Ivane until he dies?
Yeah, let's do it. 6-free for him.
And it's crazy for the people that are currently watching. Knights Templar is up by a shit ton right now, if I can use that kind of language.
Like
But
you didn't
natural
say the
talent-
F word multiple times before the map started.
But natural talent is actually like got a chance to crawl back in being down a man. So they seem to have like a decent little game plan as they are like
Dude, what?
battling for spawns, but they seem to be like losing their gunfights a lot here. So
Well, and the only way that I think natural talent will be able to make anything happen is if Knights Templar starts missing their gunfights. I mean, honestly, right now, 100-point deficit and will count above that 100-point area as now we will rotate back to P1 for the second set of hard points here. As I mean, at this point, this is kind of exactly what we thought would happen after we saw that one of the players had lagged out. I mean, especially on a map like this where, again, those long sight lines really play a huge factor into the rotations and whether or not you fight for scrap time or whatever. When you don't have that last player, it completely throws a wrinkle into that. I will say, though, that I'm pretty shocked that Natural Talent has been able to put up as many points as they have. They even have a player, 2 players going positive right now with the numbers disadvantage. So shouts out to them, but unfortunately it's probably
they're
not going to be enough.
they are definitely putting up one hell of a fight, like you just said. And it's going to be crucial here as we get ready to get back towards P2. The rotations are going to be like really crucial to like the gunfights and all that. As we're going to see, I can't even see what that kid's name was, but he just got obliterated like really quick.
Yeah, no, it's they're playing pretty well. just
Fisto,
like,
is that how you say his name? Fisto.
Oh, the 5th player has
He's going to
joined
pick up
up.
a nice kill shot.
yeah, here we go. It's go time right
He's going
now
to get a 2-piece.
for natural talent.
I guess there's no such thing. Better late than never, right? I mean, at this point, but Varg is here now. So, I mean, at this point, I think it's for, I mean, because realistically, there's no way that over the course of the next, unless we see some absolutely picture-perfect Call of Duty, there's no way that they'll stop Knights Templar from winning this game. But at this point, I think it's about pride. So once Varg loads up, maybe if you can push it to 100-plus points for natural talent and maybe ride some momentum near the end, this might not be the worst situation for them, especially starting off playing basically the entire front half of the map a man down. But it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back into map number 2 after this, because I mean, like I said, it's pretty clear that I think Knights Templar is going to run away with map 1.
Yeah, after you lose a player like that, it kind of hurts your morale a little bit. Like you kind of like start losing confidence, if that makes sense. So it's definitely going to be interesting when to see how they bounce back into Search and Destroy. Because right now, I guess to use like a really famous line in the casting world, this map is done and dusted. There's no coming back from this. Knights Templar came to play. It's unfortunate what happened to Natural Talent, but this is pretty much signed, sealed, and delivered, bro.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, 140-point deficit is definitely nothing to believe that you have an opportunity to come back with. But Varg doing a good job right here, too. Big kills. He was on a 3-kill spree. Was stopping kind of that frontal push from Knights Templar basically single-handed. Is Crixus now going to be a big player to watch as now he locks down P3 again. So Natural Talent bringing it back a little bit. Like I said, if you can eclipse that 100-point mark, maybe at this point just more of a confidence booster than anything else. But what'll be really interesting, like you said, is that S&D and how they kind of, oh my God, dude. Oh my God, that is so if you don't play a lot, that is an extremely difficult head glitch to rip somebody off of. You're at a height disadvantage and it's really just their head and shoulders. That is a crazy shot.
Yeah.
As Natural Talent is looking to take over this, what are we at, P5? P4? P4.
Yes, this is P4.
They're going to control P4 for a little bit here as Knights Templar is starting to make the push to try to break the hill. It's going to be really interesting to see how this one like finishes out. I really think that like Natural Talent put up a really good fight for being down a man. I know we keep harping on that, but like it's just really hard not to. And granted, the way this game is, comebacks have happened. Comebacks have happened, but this here is like this is a long shot. This is like almost betting on like a horse in the Kentucky Derby, bro.
Dude, that was crazy. The Natural Talent players just really flexed their muscles there and got 4 down onto Knights Templar. I mean, dude, they brought this back to within 70 points. I mean, this is insane.
but they did lose the rotation battle here to P5, though. So
Yeah, and this is a very, very
that.
difficult hill to break, too, because, I mean, granted, it looks like with how it's positioned on the map, it looks like it would be pretty easy to break, but there are so many power positions that you can hold to watch angles on P5 that it's going to be pretty much impossible for Natural Talent to break in, provided that Knights Templar wins.
Well, that is, with that gunfight right there, that's going to do it. As map 1 is signed, sealed, and delivered to Knights Templar, 250 to 156. I don't know what else to say.
Yo, if I'm Natural Talent, dude, I'm happy with that. Dude, if I'm Natural Talent, I'm happy with that. Because before Varg joined up, and again, that just goes back to show how these maps really are suited for 5 players. And once you drop one of those, it can change the entire dynamic of the map. Because as soon as Varg joined back in, he went +1, which is good. So he came in, and in that short amount of time that he was in here, he managed to find 17 engagements and win over half of them. So that's good.
Yeah,
but
that's very,
honestly,
that's a great confidence boost.
I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, he didn't join up until they were at like what it was like 200 to 50, and then we saw a 100-point to a 50-point run. So it makes you wonder if Varg was in there at the time, if that map would have went the same way. But you know, it's the downside about playing online COD, right?
We'll never know, unfortunately, since I mean the circumstances happened. But I honestly think, you know, like harping off of what you said, if he was here from the very beginning, I think it might have been a lot closer than what it actually was.
Yeah, that would have been.
I think it might have been maybe like a 250 to like a 238, 240.
Well, I'm going out on a bold
there.
limb, and if Natural Talent came in and was playing the way that they played the back half of that map, Knights Templar would have gotten beat by probably 70 or 80 points. If I'm being realistic there, because honestly, Natural Talent was winning all of the gunfights in and around the hill. Even though they lost the rotation to P5, they still won 3 or 4 gunfights on the entry kills, just couldn't pick up the trade. So, I mean, and that's a very small error that happens a lot of the time. And unfortunately, when you start at such a handicap, there's really nothing they can do about it. So we will be transitioning into map number 2, St. Petro S&D. What are we thinking to see here?
I think Natural Talent is going to bounce back, and they're going to take this S&D. They're going to make this a series, bro. I really think after what we just saw from map number 1, I think they got some confidence now. Hopefully, all 5 players remain in the lobby this time, and we can actually see a great search and destroy match. I really think like Natural Talent will take it maybe 6-3, 6-4.
We will see, as I believe we're going to throw it to a very, very quick intermission so Hero can get that beautiful countdown that he loves to abuse so much here on this channel. As we will be right back here in a couple minutes with map number 2. Knights Templar up 1-0, but don't go anywhere because now Natural Talent is full, armed, and ready to go.
back into the action here in this K7 matchup final. It is Natural Talent and Knights Templar. Map 1 win, Knights Templar. I have Shifty and Breezy still on the stream with me. Boys, what is happening?
Hello.
How are we doing, everybody that is currently watching the stream? Hope you guys are having a great Sunday night. Hope you're enjoying some great Call of Duty action this evening. Glad that you guys are all here. Yeah, man, I'm excited to get map number 2 kicked off. I can't wait to see how this one unfolds.
Yeah,
again, especially after the fact that Natural Talent is now fully manned and ready to go. So it'll actually be a fair fight this time. So especially on a map like Petro, it plays very similarly to a map like Cave. You've got your small, short range areas and your long range areas, being it towards the middle buses and the river side. So I think first picks are going to be pivotal here.
Yeah,
right, and another thing that makes this map number 2 really exciting is the sniper duel. The sniper fights on this map in particular are always something special.
Yeah, I agree. But
that's if we even get to see that from these guys. I don't really know how sniper heavy they are in Search, but I would love to see somebody bring out the old boomstick and literally get a few picks with it.
I mean, I'm sure we'll see it on multiple occasions, especially towards the offensive side where you can post up on top pool and try and catch a cross-map angle. Granted, most teams now run one or you can't run 2 smokes now because that's G8, but you're gonna have multiple smokes coming out across the map now. So those snipers have kind of been mitigated. I think that it was really, really, really interesting to watch those cross-map battles with before the smoke, meta kind of came in. But what I think will be the tell of the tale now is if one player does have a sniper rifle, can they get first picks with it? And then if they can't get first picks with it, how do they incorporate back into the style of how their team is playing? Especially if you're going to pull out a sniper and only have a pistol in the back pocket, I mean, you are going to be absolutely pivotal to snag those first bloods. And if you can't, then you need to put it away and pull out an M4.
I absolutely agree. And from reading the chat really quick, apparently Ribo's power went out due to lightning being struck inside his house. So what Knights Templar is going to do in this scenario, I don't know if they're going to play the man down. I don't know what's going to happen. So I guess we just played a waiting game.
I think they're actually making a sub here. So thank God teams actually list their subs so that way. I think they contacted a sub to already be ready. I think the person's already online, so the ref is just making that adjustment from what I can see.
Okay.
Probably. But St. Petrograd.
Well, I guess while we wait for that to happen, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors, the wonderful Rogue Energy. If you haven't tried out Rogue Energy yet, please head over to their website and make sure that you use K7 at checkout for, 10% off? It's a great product. I've tried some Rogue Energy. I absolutely love it. I actually recommend some pink lemonade if you're into that. It's a great flavor.
Oh, that's the best.
Also,
flavor.
shout out to Fade Grips. They're also another really great grip company out into the esports world. They work with a lot of great in leagues, so shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to Shifty for bringing the meat.
Hi,
And,
it's me.
Shout out to
Hi,
Shifty's
that's me.
mom.
Hey, yeah, shout out to
call him
Devaney
out.
and John Pendergraft for being the goats and giving me life. Appreciate y'all.
So, but also don't forget Get Good Hosts as well. Do you like how I flipped a switch right there and turned the caster voice on as opposed to
Yeah, I like it.
yeah, bro, yeah. So don't go anywhere after. Anyways, Get Good Hosts, providing neutral hosts, especially for those players that play across the map. As a former player myself, Breezy, I'm sure you can also relate. One of the worst that I know Hero doesn't play because he sucks, but one of the worst things you can have is a map
He's a
where
bad player.
you're off on host and your entire team is skipping around everywhere. So Get Good Hosts, actually what they do is provide dedicated hosts from different areas in the country that kind of help equal the playing field. Really makes me wish that we had this back in the day when I was playing, back in like A-Dub and Ghosts. BO3, but we didn't have that. But the wonders of social media has created this monster that now we have neutral hosts for pretty much every game that we play. So big shout out to them for making the playing field equal. As now we are going to be loading up into map number 2. It is going to be S&D on St. Petrograd. We will see, like me and Breezy commented on earlier, we'll see a plethora of cross-map AR watching, potentially some snipers as well, as Knights Templar is playing a man down. Only fair after what we saw in map number 1.
Absolutely. I'm really confused of why we're saying them play with a man down. Like, I thought they had a sub, but that's neither here or there.
Oh, there we go. That's what
they
we were
are
waiting
going to
for.
end the game.
So yeah, in case
they didn't want to play a 5v4. They said, we're not giving you that option. You're not beating us. No, sir.
Haha, JK.
No, so in case 7, there's a delay with the Get Good Host. If a player doesn't
Forward to
fully
probably
load,
say in the 5v4.
if a server didn't
There's
load,
a what?
not a server, if a player didn't load into the map in the first 30 seconds of the game, the host resets it. But there's like some kind of lag time in between the actual server and the person who's controlling the panel, so that's why it took forever. I was just waiting for them to like. I was like, oh, that's not good. Somebody lagged out.
Yeah, typically we would see one side lose a round because of that end there, but I don't think we will because of the delay you were speaking about. Plus, also, there was one kill traded for each side, so again, I just talk about the games, dude. I don't know. I don't make admin decisions.
Yeah. Well, that's probably why it ended.
Right.
So I'm
We're
not
not-
watching. I'm not watching what the rest.
That's
are
above
saying.
our pay grade.
But yeah, man, it's been a weird night so far because I mean, oh, now the host is starting.
Hang
Okay.
tight, folks. We'll be jumping into map number 2
I was
as soon
a-
as possible. So grab your popcorn, grab your soft drinks.
Yeah, I'm confused as to why he started the game.
No, so the person came in, the sub came in from what I saw, but then like lagged out. So I guess like Rybo, which is the main player that was playing for the team, his house.
Yeah,
got
but nobody
struck
was
by
even on the
lightning.
right teams. Nobody was even on the right teams though. Like
Really?
we had 5. Yeah, we had 5 players in Codcaster when we started it.
Did we?
We did.
What? Let me so sense. What? Hold on.
We did, feller. We did.
We are now here we are rocking map number 2 once again.
Oh,
We're
okay,
back.
cool. We're all back and ready to go. Good deal.
Let's see how
Holy
things
hell.
go this time around. Yeah, we actually get to see some 5v5 Call of Duty.
Yeah, buddy. I agree. So that 5v5 going to be extremely huge here, especially for the side of Natural Talent, who did have to play majority of the first map a man down. As now Crixus will pick up the first blood. Catsy will trade with a second as well. So now 5v3 man advantage in favor of Natural Talent. Is that bomb going to get rotated back towards the spawn and head towards A? Only one player from Knights Templar are going to be able to stop the rotation, but it's going to be a 2-on-1 as Natural Talent going to try and break in.
Coach just gets obliterated. I don't know who that was, but that was clean shooting, bro. Wow.
That was a smart suicide.
As Knight Templar is going to lose the round. Nade yourself, right? Like,
I mean, yeah, what's the point in wasting all the extra time when, especially in this game, if you're in a 1v4-5 situation, it's rough. I mean, the time to kill is so quick in this game that, I mean, as long as the teammate is playing somewhat semblance and understands at least some semblance of teamwork, you're pretty much going to get traded almost every time. But take a look at the aggressive defensive hit here from Natural Talent as they push up towards A. Nobody home, though. Pretty much everybody from Knights Templar are working towards middle, but Crixus will pick up that first blood and immediately put the numbers advantage in favor of Natural Talent.
Let's see. His name Crixus? As he's gonna be on top hazmat looking for. Oh, he's got a sniper in his back pocket. To see him bring that out and possibly get a pick with it, but oh, he dropped the snipe. Ain't that something, bro? I don't know how to really like cast S&D. This type of stuff is so chaotic from time to time. Like,
so can we talk about, is it Crixus or Crisis? Is that, it is? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a dummy.
I was gonna say citrus.
I was reading it phonetically, bro. I'm sorry, but now Crisis.
He's gonna move.
Giving me a reason to talk about him. He's gonna give me a reason to talk about him. Potentially 3 kills here, lining up for him. Is 3 and 1 as
this
he's
bomb
on 2
is
kill streak.
rotating to B. He doesn't even know that this bomb is rotating to the B.
I like that quick rotation too from Nordic there.
Yeah, that's a really smart heads-up play, especially when you're in a 1v1 situation like that.
So Nordic is actually a really great AR in this league, if not one of the top ARs.
Yeah, well, he just demonstrated it right there, dude. He just obliterated Crixus.
Crisis.
Oh well.
Sorry.
Oh
We're gonna
well.
get your name right, brother. I apologize.
My idiocy is contagious. My phonetic inability is contagious.
Okay, well, now that we have been informed by Hero that his proper name is Crisis, we won't forget that one. We'll make sure that we don't do his name any harm. As we jump into round number 3, board with Magnifico. Is that how you say his name?
Magnifico, yeah.
Magnifico. He's going to be top hazmat with a beautiful AR. He spotted a player top restaurant.
First blood going in favor of Knights Templar this time, as Ray will pick up a big kill with the MP5 as that bomb kind of stagnant towards top restaurant, as we do have Ray pushing back through. Will he be able to spot these 2 players underneath him? No, going to play the sneaky beaver role here and try and creep around. I tried to say creep and tiptoe at the same time. Would have came out crypto, but you know. Now he will spot 1 player and put him down. That is Varg. Now he will be based on the trade.
He's shooting bodies.
Well, I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, did you see how he turned on him, dude?
That was absolutely nasty. Ray, like, just obliterated that kid. You want to talk about getting world star? There it was right there, bro. There's nothing more disrespectful from a playing standpoint than getting turned on.
Yeah, especially in that regard too, because you had his teammates calling him out. He was top restaurant. We had the immediate push to try and grab the trade, but getting turned and burned was Ivane, as I believe that was Ray. His gun skill too superior, as he will pick up another big round for Knights Templar after the first round going in favor of Natural Talent. Now Knights Templar on a 2-round spree. Oh, the snipe just barely giving him a haircut. Yep, just giving him a haircut there as they crossed over into that A site. Map spread pretty thin here as Ray picking up a first blood again, but we're immediately traded. 3 go down for Natural Talent, and this is looking good for Knights Templar here.
As Nordic is going to get drop top apartments. It's going to be Crisis all alone in a 1v2. I'm kind of curious, or a 1v3, sorry. Kind of interesting to see how he plays this. He's not going to elect to kill himself, as he's going to pick up a kill. Oh, did he spot one by the bomb site?
Nah, it's the curse of caster vision, as he will slide around the corner. We saw there. I mean, it was a good defensive play there by Magnifico, as he did know that Crisis was in that general apartments area and was able to catch him with his pants down as he slid across. Nice play from them as now Knights Templar snagging 3 straight rounds. Let's see if they can ride that momentum into a potential 6 straight, which is something that I actually haven't seen yet commentating here or at any of the other leagues I commentate for. So be interesting to see that, as Knights Templar did start off a bit on the wrong foot. But speaking of wrong foot, a combined 1-6 between Fiesto and Ivane. Definitely want to see them pick it up in the later rounds.
Absolutely, as we are on board with Ivane right here. I'm interested to see if he can, get the ball rolling a little bit, get some momentum going for his team as they are down 3-1 right now. But then again, search on this map is like really weird as well, just because of like how it plays out, if that makes sense for the viewers at home. Like this map isn't like your standard This isn't like a standard map that you'd be like, oh, dude, I can't wait to play S&D on it.
Well, I think the big thing about this is those first bloods are so pivotal, and especially with how long the map is. I mean, think about how long the rotation from A to B can be, especially if someone is watching that mids bus area. So definitely a tough map to play on if you're a sub, and I'm going to hope that that's contributing to why Ivane is 0-3, as he's been rocking that MP5 so far. Natural Talent, though, able to snag their second round after a very aggressive hit towards the B-bomb site. As Ivane will finally put that first kill on the board. We'll change that donut to a breadstick.
Sometimes.
Hey, man, breadsticks are great, okay? There's nothing better than playing Search and Destroy dropping a 1-7. Because it beats the alternative. We could be seeing him drop to James Bond, and nobody ever wants to see that.
I mean, at this point, though, I almost feel like going 007 is, like, so memed that it's honestly more funny than anything else. But, dude, like, if you get 1 kill and go 1-7, I feel like that's just as disheartening, if not worse, because that means that you were actually trying to get a kill.
Yeah, it is pretty disheartening from a player standpoint. But as like a viewer, you kind of laugh at it a little bit, like, hey, you went 1-7.
Like I said, bro, it's for the memes, dude. Solid nade from Nordic there. Did you see that as it stuck to the wall? It was beautiful. It was Atomic now, watching over his teammates' backs. Yeah, that boomstick might be important. He doesn't see one player hiding behind the bus, though. That might be a big play. As I think he spotted that player go towards the river. Dude, did you see the flank? He gave up on it. He needs to push that real bad.
As
that was crisis on the flank
here. As Nordic, oh my god!
Wowzers!
That was crazy. Kind of curious to see how Atomic plays this if we can get his POV.
I believe he was the one with the sniper camping towards the top pool areas. Now he has the world against him as he's trying to slide in towards the A bomb site, but
I think he just committed
cleaned
suicide.
up. Now I think he got killed. Yeah, Ivane was waiting there by the A bomb site, and we'll put him down as he was trying to plant.
That happened so fast. Like, I literally thought he held a grenade and killed himself, which, I mean, I wouldn't have blamed him in that situation, but that's neither here or there, man. We're tied up 3-3.
Yep.
How do you think this is all gonna play out the rest of the way, Shifty?
I mean, honestly, at this point, it's definitely flip-floppity. Natural Talent snagging 2 consecutive rounds to match the 3 straight rounds from Knights Templar. I think it's going to end up again who gets those first bloods, as Katsy will get tagged by a crazy nade across the map. Will be able to bounce back and play his life here, but not without 3 of his teammates falling in return, as now Knights Templar made a very aggressive push across the middle of the map, and now 1 player last alive. That is Ivane, as he's on a 4-kill streak of his own now. He started off 0-3 and is now 4-3 for you math geniuses.
Ivane definitely turned it around.
Oh,
as
my
he put some
goodness.
nice shots on. That was some nice shots coming out of Ivane right there, as he is going to have the MP5 and an M4 in his back pocket, as he is on a, what is he on, a 5 kill streak?
Zanza, hello? Were you even looking?
This man Ivane is looking to clutch this up for the squad, as he is in a 1v1 against Magnifico. Going to get bombed down here at A.
This could be huge. It could be a 1v3 victory here, as He will get the bomb down towards A. Now we're
I like
hovering
this
into
play
third
from him.
person cam. Yeah, Magnifico playing this very, very slowly. As he's running out of time, though, 30 seconds left on the bomb before it does explode. Ivane taking the top apartments push. Gonna try and bank on him not hopping the immediate ninja. And gonna try and wrap down towards Small Arches area. They're playing peekaboo, dude.
The timing here is incredible for either player, as I
Oh, he
believe
needs to stick it. Oh, he needs to
Ryan did
stick
get
it.
spotted.
He did. It was a great play by Ivane, though. He jumps back, runs away, and distances himself from Magnifico as he would have had time to stick it there. But the nervous play will benefit Natural Talent. My God, as Ivane was able to rotate all the way back across to the middle map and jump back and challenge at the last second. An absolutely insane 1v3 for the side of Natural Talent.
Yes, and Ivane did start out, what, 0-3 before going on that nice little killing spree?
Correct. And I believe now he's either 6-3 or 7-3 after that map. 7-3, so this man's on a tear.
I'm kind of curious to see how Fiesto does, though. He is rocking like 1-5. I kind of like to see how he brings that back.
Gonna need some facilitation from his teammates for sure. Oh, nice shots there. Dude, Ivane is on another level right now.
Yeah, he's absolutely frying right now.
Zanza now left alive in a 1v4, make it a 1v3 as he will pick up the kill onto Ivane as now Ivane takes his first death in a couple rounds as Zanza was getting chased from behind and will get put down. Natural Talent on a spree as now they've won 4 consecutive rounds and now affirm themselves in the lead at 5-3. And if you are a fan of Knights Templar, it's not what you want to see. They look so strong at the first half of this S&D, snagging 3 straight rounds, but just like that, Natural Talent bouncing back and hitting them with a haymaker of their own.
Yeah, you want to talk about bouncing back after getting like hit in the mouth repeatedly. There's nothing better than Natural Talent coming out here and proving like they are a good S&D. And being able to like overcome, you know, the adversity, if that's like the correct word to use in this situation.
Absolutely the correct word, dude. They played the entire first half of map number 1 down a player. So
yeah,
the definition of adversity. I mean, you go in after map number 1 losing in a game that truthfully I think you should have won if you had all 5 players. So instead of letting it dishearten you and kind of dissuade you from playing the Call of Duty that you know you can play as a team, instead coming back and matching with a face punch of their own. So now they're only 1 round away from closing this out and evening up the series. Will be interesting to see how they attempt to rotate across. Nobody at A for the side of Knights Templar. This could be a huge rotation.
Yeah, like we are definitely seeing like a very slow play here towards the A-bomb site. As Fiesta is getting tagged up from his backside, which luckily he's able to get away with his life and pick up a kill at the same time. Like that is great shooting, great heads-up play from Fiesta as he's going to get gunned bottom archway there. And that's going to do it, man. We got a series.
Yeah, the quick rotation coming in from Natural Talent from B to A. Knights Templar was none the wiser for the first little while, but was able to pick up a big kill and even those odds towards that A bomb site, but nothing doing it. You did see the 1v4 there at the end as Atomic was last alive. Not a position you want to be in at all as he will get completely swarmed by the side of Natural Talent as they will snag their 6th round win and the map win. As now you're taking a look at your maps and modes on the screen right now, as now it is all knotted up at 1 apiece. And right after a very, very short break, we're going to be hopping into domination on Hackney Yard. Don't go anywhere.
Back in this live action. Back in this live action with the trio of tonight, Breezy and Shifty, followed by me. We are going to be moving on to a Map 3 Domination Hackney Yard. Boys, it is a series like you said. It is 1-1 now. What are the predictions for this map?
Well, see, it's really tough to predict this map in particular for the fact that Domination is just like one of those weird, hectic game types, especially on like a map like Hackney.
Right.
Or even Gunrunner in particular, if we want to like throw out like some smaller maps. It's going to come down to, in my opinion, on this map, it's going to come down to who can control spawns and who can like win those crucial like gunfights, especially like right off the bat. Like those first few like key gunfights are so pivotal, and that normally kind of determines how like the first half is going to go, if that makes sense.
Well, and especially with depending on what team starts on the good side. Granted, I've seen as if you're not familiar with this map, the A side towards P2 going to be the more advantageous spawn due to how close the spawns are towards that B flag in the middle of the map towards that warehouse area. So it'll be interesting to see how the team that starts on the A side will begin to kind of work and flex their muscles in towards the middle of the map. We'll definitely want to see one player at least kind of holding back towards P2 and ensuring those spawns, ensuring that nobody can sneak through the bottom green area towards that forklift and try and hit a flank. Granted, I will say I've seen teams here recently begin to make a CB hold kind of work, but it's definitely not... with lack of a better term, it's definitely not the most advantageous way to go about it. It's definitely something that requires a lot of pieces to fall in place correctly, i.e. the other team not being able to shoot straight. A and B definitely going to be the more positive hold. So I think a lot of times we will end up seeing that A-B hold kind of pervade and kind of push a team into the lead. It'll be interesting to see how both of these teams come out swinging, because this will be the first map that we actually didn't start 5v4, I believe. So,
yeah. Yeah.
No, absolutely.
And it's also going to be interesting to see if any of these teams in particular can implement the spawn trap that we've seen in like the pro scene and stuff like that, which is very hard. It's very hard to pull off, but if one of these two teams can do that, I think that they can literally run away with this. Yeah. I'm still with Natural Talent, for the record. I'm still rooting for them to bring it, or at least like push it towards a game 5. So,
yeah, very true. Go ahead, Hero. What were you gonna say, sweetheart?
I was gonna say, beautiful, that I think it's going to be a game 5.
Well, both teams going to have to snag one more map if that's what we're going to want to see. Right now, again, if you're just joining us, the series is knotted up at 1 apiece. We had Knights Templar taking map number 1 by about 100-point margin. We had, again, if you are just joining us, if you missed what was a pretty lackluster S&D towards the back half, if you ask me, we did see Natural Talent take that one by a margin of 6-3. So neither team are really able to edge one another out quite yet, but this will definitely be the big swing game, I think. If you can win this domination, especially for the side of Natural Talent after going down 0-1, you're going to want to see them win that if you are a fan of Natural Talent, because then it kind of pushes that envelope into map number 4, where it becomes more do or die time for the side of Knights Templar.
Absolutely. And Natural Talent is also... they've got the momentum in their back pocket right now. It's on their side, and we know how crucial momentum is in Call of Duty. Once you get momentum, you're literally riding off of that. So,
dude, I say this all the time. Call of Duty is 75% a mental game.
Right.
If you go in with no confidence in your ability to shoot straight, you will not shoot straight. There is just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And that same thing goes with the team dynamic too, and especially at at the you know, the more middle tier amateur setting, we see a lot of players tend to get in their own heads and start arguing with teammates. And again, if you let that happen, it's all chalked. You're not going to have a single fighting chance. Because to be honest with you, I'm thoroughly impressed with how I've seen natural talent play. So, I mean, if you are the side of Knights Templar, you're going to need to come out swinging and come out swinging hard. You need to knock a couple teeth out with the first haymaker, because if not, I really, really don't know if they have the slaying power to match up with the guys over on natural talent. So it'll be wild to see how this plays out, because, again, this map is going to decide the series if we're asking me.
It would be wild if we got to start it. The game just started, but they had to end it because they did hardpoint. So
I do completely agree with what you said, Shifty. Like, I really think that Knights Templar, their slaying power isn't really up to par with the side of like natural talent, and they kind of like showed that in the S&D. Like, they're not really like slay heavy, if that makes sense.
Well, and the domination too, especially more so than hardpoint in certain regards. On a map like this, those slaying numbers are pivotal, because if you can get 2 or 3 down with the respawn delay timer, that's guaranteeing at least one more tick of points for your team. So getting that numbers advantage is going to be extremely important. Now, on the opposite side, for Knights Templar, if they start off on the C side, getting those kills is going to be extremely important. But what also is going to be important is the cohesion as a team. So being able to small talk, call out, say, oh, we've got 3 dead, push up past the mid map line. And then after that happens, we start to see the spawns get influenced, which then can end up turning the entire game on its head. As now we are loading up. I'll be interested to see how this map goes.
Yeah, I'm intrigued for this one. Hero, how are you feeling about this map 3?
I'm feeling a little, worried for, both sides, actually. It's just really going to come down to, like Shippy said, what kind of capture and what kind of strategy they have placed for their team. If they're going to neutralize C or not, it's usually what you see a lot of teams do, is neutralize C, and it's really going to come down to that.
As natural talent does have control of A and B to start out this early portion of the domination here.
Well, and again, bear in mind, natural talent did start on the advantageous side of that A spawn back towards P2 as Catsy ripping Magnifico off of the top L area from all the way back in his spawn. Nordic answering with a 2-piece of his own, but not before he drops. But now his teammates are going to be able to obtain B, at least neutral it, but will not happen. Actually, is a big flank coming out from Catsy off of the respawn, but the B will get neutral now, so potentially we might see an opportunity for Knights Templar to at least try and even things up here, as we really haven't seen any red towards the right half of the map, which is something that I think is a big misstep from the side of Knights Templar, being 1 minute and 15 seconds in already. You can't be content with trying to fight for the neutral.
I totally agree with that 100%, as we're going to see Ivane pick up a nice kill there as he does secure B and gets control of this bottom half of P1, as we like to call it. And he's just going to sit here and he's just going to be annoying. That's his goal, is to just be annoying around this B flag, as he's going to pick up another big kill right there as they extend their lead by a little bit.
Extending that lead indeed, as Ivane picking up a nice kill towards bottom L. Will now push to the power position behind the barrels and display peekaboo with 2 different members from Knights Templar, as he will pick up another crazy kill, making a third absolutely insane plays from Ivane now, as his teammates are holding down that A side of the spawn as well. Nobody from Knights Templar is able to make it up past that middle map point, and in no small part to the solid team positioning from the side of natural talent. Ivane is 10-1 right now on a 7-kill streak. 10-2 now. Sorry, Caster's curse.
Ivane is riding that momentum from map number 2. As I stated before this match kicked off, momentum is such a huge thing in Call of Duty. People will be like, oh, that's blah, blah, blah. It's a real thing, folks. And Ivane and his team are obliterating Knights Templar so far in this first half.
They really are. As a 20-point lead and counting for the side of Natural Talent. The B flag has not been able to get attained by any semblance of the word by Knights Templar. We have Catsy now sitting back in the back of the map, just watching across middle. He has to do absolutely nothing as his teammates are dominating the middle of the map. And that is, to say the least, kind of what we expected here from Natural Talent. Look at the slaying number difference. We have Ray over on the side of Knights Templar, who is 2 and 12.
Yeah, that's insane. When you really break that down from the slaying department, you expect them to be a little bit. I don't know the right word to use on this one, so I'll disregard that. But anyway, like, Cassie is doing his job, right? Like, he's playing that main AR role. He's locking down the spawns, which is making it easy for his teammates to literally do whatever the hell they want on the map. They are running and gunning, and they are literally obliterating Knights Templar. This ain't even really like a competitive first half.
Oh, it's not at all. I mean, if you're going in at the end of first half down by 40+ points, that is an ass whooping.
Yes.
I mean, just being brutally honest, because we do now finally see Knights Templar able to make some presence towards P2, but not before it is immediately shut down again. And that boils down to the cohesion of the team. I mean, we had Natural Talent spawning out there for a very brief moment in time. They pushed across, grabbed C, not only neutraled it, but grabbed it and controlled it long enough for them to respawn towards the middle of the map and then force the issue back to A. As right now, we're going to see Knights Templar Natural Talent, I apologize, put up over 100 points in the first half. And honestly, if you're not controlling the entirety of the map, that just doesn't happen.
I totally agree. As now Knights Templar, as this first half is coming to an end, they did manage to get the B flag, but it was a little too late. Natural Talent came out hot in that first half. And like you pointed out, Shifty, the slaying numbers aren't in their favor at this current state.
At all.
Like,
46-point deficit from for Knights Templar. And, I mean, granted, now Knights Templar has flipped spawns, so now they will start over towards that A side. But that doesn't make me hopeful, because the time that they did control A was a very short time indeed, as Natural Talent was immediately able to force the issue back across. As we do see some initial kills going to be traded. They will go in favor of Natural Talent as Ivane on a tear again. He is 15 and 7 as he is feasting right now. As now the B flag will go in their favor on the negative side, but we do have Knights Templar flanking maybe to try and hit that neutral on C. I don't like that play at all, because now you can push the spawn back in favor of Natural Talent.
Yeah, I don't agree with this this AC setup, because now you're definitely, like you said, you're going to get split spawns, and we know how the spawn systems work in this game. They can spawn in front of you, behind you, and literally like destroy you. As we're going to see some bodies get shot. The disrespect is coming out from the side of Natural Talent. You kind of love to see it from a casting standpoint, wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah, it creates a narrative. I love that, especially
Also,
on land. I wish we were on land, because getting body shots on land is so much different than it is online. As
and
we
Knights Templar is in a lot of trouble. They were like facing the trip cap for a good solid 15 seconds there. Or
I mean,
maybe longer.
Borderline mathematically impossible at this point now already.
Yeah. Well, I think it was mathematically impossible right after the first half, because like you pointed out, it was a 46-50 point lead for Natural Talent, and they just keep rolling as these boys they're coming out to play. They're proving a point.
They have no intentions of stopping right now, as the trip cap will finally be stopped by Zanza and Magnifico, as they're trying to stop the bleeding now, but the bleeding has been commencing for the entire second half of this game. A 60-point deficit now in favor of Natural Talent. We're going to see them run away with this one, to say the least. We will guarantee a map 4, but Honestly, I mean, if Natural Talent continues rolling this way, there's no way we're going to see a map 5.
I completely agree with you on that one. As this second half is coming towards like the end, essentially. This kind of reminds you from like, I don't know how many people at home watch like the pros play, but this kind of reminds you of like when FaZe got obliterated. Exact map. Almost in the exact same type of fashion, if we can be honest.
Absolutely.
I don't like comparing AMs to pros, but
I mean, hey man, the score line doesn't lie. As we saw, I will say that I casted Band of Misfits versus Nemesis earlier in this league, and oh my god! Oh my god!
The trip cap.
I don't know. I don't know. Dude just got 180'd on, but that dude just got whirled and twirled. Can we talk about that for a moment? Oh my god! Dude, Natural Talent is just in a league of their own right now.
Yeah, they're also, like what I was saying before, like they came out to prove a point because, like we stated in the beginning, they lost the first map because they were down a player. Now we're seeing all 5 of these young, talented players, and we're seeing exactly what they're capable of. They are living up to their team name, essentially. They are living up to this Natural Talent.
It's true. They are affirming the point that we were born with this gun skill, baby, as Natural Talent. Now eclipsing the 100-point lead mark is now just adding salt to the wound. Atomic shooting bodies for his own morale boost, and I don't blame him. If you're getting beat by 100 points in domination, that is a filthy ass whooping. That is an ass whooping in every sense of the word.
I know that this is like I guess like since this map is pretty much done and dusted, it's a great thing to see as a caster because this is my first casting experience back in like 2 to 3 years or whatever it's been now. So to get to see this kind of action and get to see the bodies being shot, the 100-point victories, etc., it's a great feeling to be back into this competitive environment.
We're glad to have you back, brother. As unfortunately, you picked a pretty one-sided match to come back to. Is Natural Talent going to close this one out by an absolutely insurmountable margin? We've heard of getting 100-point clubbed. Oh, he just threw the washed sticker down, too. The spray paint is out. Oh, my God. 133-point victory. How's that for some quick caster math? We've heard of getting 100-point clubbed in hardpoint. Getting 100-point clubbed in domination is just that much worse. As Natural Talent is on a run right now.
And we are getting, and our next map is, I believe, Gunrunner Hardpoint. And Knights Templar has to come out and prove a point here, bro. Your backs are against the wall. How do you respond? Because you literally just got Mayweathered on multiple different occasions throughout map 3.
I don't know how you respond after that, dude. That was rough. That was rough.
Like you get obliterated by 100 points or more, actually. Because would you say it was like 133? That's just insane. Like, can we talk about that for a second? 133 points and a domination is absurd. It's almost like it's unheard of in competitive Call of Duty. Because in most instances in domination, especially on that map, it's normally anywhere from maybe like a 20, like 10, 20, 40 points. But 133, that is just insane, folks.
Good Lord. Well, and especially when you think about it, again, bear in mind that that 80 plus or that 130 point victory looks a lot worse when you think about what the score was at the end of the first half. I mean, Knights Templar was only down 46 points is a bit of a stretch, but still not quite a 50-point deficit. I've seen teams have much better second halves than first ones as they tried to attempt to piece together how the opposite team plays. But my God, especially considering that Natural Talent started off on the bad side for the second half, immediately breaking that spawn control and really just running Knights Templar into the ground.
I absolutely agree. I'm actually really excited to see how map 4 plays. Knights Templar has to come out and literally, like you said, in map 3, they got to come out swinging, because you get embarrassed like that. What does that do for your morale boost? Like, what does that do for your confidence? How do
It does
you
the
come
exact
back?
opposite of boosted. It does the
Like,
it
what is-
tanks it. It tanks
Right,
it. It's
like, what is-
chalked.
Like, what is your comms like right now if you're Knights Templar? Like, what are you saying to one another? Like,
Well, and
what do
don't
you
get me
do?
wrong. Don't get me wrong. I totally, like I said, started as a player. I'm sure you can again also attest to this. And sometimes you just come out and have bad maps. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But
Absolutely.
I mean, that is beyond a bad map. That is beyond. And I'm not even
Right.
trying to take shots at Knights Templar. Truthfully, I'm not. Truthfully,
No,
I'm not.
me
I think after map number 1 and the way we saw the beginning of map number 2 go, I definitely thought Knights Templar was in this. But holy cow.
Yeah.
Holy cow. That was insane.
I totally agree with you. I'm not trying to take shots or anything either. And I mean, the way this game is, like, yeah, you can have a bad map, but then there's having a really bad map. You
well,
know,
and we
'cause
saw
sometimes
no
you can
overall
brush it off, like,
cohesion
"Ah,"
either.
like-
We saw
like,
no
you think
teamwork.
about it. Like, if you, as a player, we both can talk on this. As a player, if you lose by 20 points, you can brush that off and be like, oh, it's fine. We'll get it map 4. But now you're trying to, like, clear your head and be like, we just got beat by 133 points. How the hell do we come back? What do we got to do to force this game 5? Because if you don't force the game 5 here, I mean, obviously the series is over.
Well, and when you see teams that are very similar in regards to skill level, a lot of times those 20 to 30 point losses can be decided strictly off of a couple missed opportunities or bad plays. And there was really no amount of good plays that was going to save that second half, unfortunately. That was just all bad. And I think a lot of it spiraled out of control after, again, we saw them attempt to push across and snag the C flag when they had the A-B control. Granted, they were losing B at the time, so it was a desperation pull to try and rotate across the map and grab that Charlie flag before they lost both of their flags. But what did it cost? You ended up forcing your entire team to spawn back across the map, and it all snowballed from there as we are going to roll right into map number 4. No breaks needed. Natural Talent is on a hot streak, and they're ready to ride it out. As now P1, first kill going to go in favor of Knights Templar as Ivane will drop. Now Varg will trade that, traded back off, and almost all red kill feed here to start as Knights Templar pushing up and trying to attain P2 spawns.
I absolutely agree with everything you have just said. Knights Templar here, they've got to prove a point, man. They've got to prove that they are a really solid team, as this P1 is very crucial, especially, you know, having to go from P1 to P2. Having spawns is very, very key on a map like Gunrunner in particular. So if you have the spawns, you are set up to pretty much like kind of run away with the game essentially. Unless somehow a player gets behind enemy lines and flips this whole thing on its head.
Well, and we can talk about the key hills here on this map. P2 being an extremely pivotal hill, as you can snag 20, 30, 40 seconds off of that hill if played correctly, which is exactly what we're seeing Knights Templar do right now, as they were able to push across the map and attain the positive spawn. Nobody now finally going to be able to push around the back from Natural Talent. The whoop-de-wop will come in from Ivane, as now he's on a 5-kill streak and will now extend that lead. But again,
oh my god,
points will be P2 and P5. It'll be interesting to see how Natural Talent attempts to lock down the last 30 seconds, as now Knights Templar really only has one more good push, and then they need to start rotating.
Yeah, this whole P2 has been essentially all Natural Talent as we get ready to swing over to P3, which I would consider P3 like a money hill, like one of like a very important hills to have. because you can, like, if you have a really good setup on P3, you can get, like, a good chunk out of it. You can almost get, like, a full 60.
Yeah,
But
P3 I think
right
can
now-
be big too. I think it depends on how you rotate, though. I feel like P3 is very much dictated by the rotations because you're going to end up having to push those spawns back towards the P5 area. So you really, really need to rotate early or win a lot of your gunfights in and around P3 to get it. And honestly, I haven't seen either thing go in favor of Knights Templar quite yet.
Absolutely. As Knights Templar does need to win every gunfight here and hold down P3, even though they just lost it, which that's very crucial. They can't afford to lose P3 like that because they need as much time as they possibly can as they are getting smoked once again. If we can use that word, they are getting, like, absolutely
Decimated.
mandangled.
Schmandangled. They are getting schmandangled in and around P3 as right now we saw an almost all blue kill feed, now a little bit more pinstriped as two players from Knights Templar will be able to pick up some kills at the last second. Back towards P3, we do see the initial rotations go in favor of Knights Templar, but how long will that matter? We've seen both teams snag rotations early, but Knights Templar has always been the malefactor. They've not been able to stay alive in and around the hill long enough, but now finally stringing about 20 seconds here together and trying to mitigate this deficit.
Yeah, as we're going to see players just constantly just keep dropping. P4 here by the containers is like a really weird hill just because, like, you don't really have too much, like, room to, you know, post up somewhere, right? Like, there's not too many head glitches. You're kind of in the open, so you're expected to get flanked or shot from over the top of, like, the top container or whatever the case may be. And Knights Templar right now, they just look shook.
It's very similar.
Like, they look just shook.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's very similar to what we see with P1. It's a very scrappy hill. There's a lot of entry points that unless you have a really solid setup, you can't watch every angle. But speaking of that, Knights Templar will get the early break into the other money hill during the set of first rotations here as they're attempting to look to even the score up. It's now a full frontal assault coming in from Natural Talent. It's going to be up to Varg now, who is last alive, trying to flank around the back. He needs to play patiently here and see if his teammates can push back up. As again, they really only have one more solid push. Varg will be able to snag one. He has two more in his way, and they will drop him as now Knights Templar has brought it back and attained the lead.
Yeah, that was very interesting, like, how they just managed to, like you said, initially get the early rotations like they have been, because they've been swapping rotations left and right so far in the beginning stages of this game. And granted, the scrap time is going to go in favor of Natural Talent, and it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this game plays out for the second half of the hills.
Very important gunfight here as Varg will be the benefactor of that one, as now he just assured P2 spawns for his team. And they have P1 control somehow, an almost all blue kill feed. Once again, Nordic and Ray able to grab 2 kills of their own as Atomic going to put one on the board as well. But it's getting too little too late here. They might even continue to control P2 spawns. However, big 3 kill spree from Knights Templar to push Natural Talent out of the P2 control.
And here's another thing that we haven't touched on yet. We look at the score, but Knights Templar, they are still in it, and their slaying is coming alive a little bit. I don't know if it's a little too late for them to actually start getting the guns warmed up, but they're putting up a better fight than what they did in the domination.
There is no doubt about that, as a 40-point, almost 35-point deficit in favor of Natural Talent is, again, Knights Templar will get the initial control of P2, but we have a 4 push towards the front and left side of that P2 area. Ray will pick up a big kill towards the front, and Varg will drop as well. A Kobe cross map from Ivane. It's going to stick to the forehead of Magnifico, but not without Knights Templar assuring about 20 seconds here is really and truly nobody from Natural Talent able to break in.
Yeah, this is going to be a lead change once again in favor of Knights Templar. They've really impressed me so far, being able to bounce back after that ass whooping that you called it in map 3. They're starting to come alive. They're winning a pretty good chunk of their crucial gunfights, I would say. They're rotating early. They're playing really smart Call of Duty right now.
Yeah, the smart rotations from Knights Templar has really been their key to leading the game as of right now, as we will finally see Natural Talent win the rotation battle once. Is Katsy going to hold down this long-range angle? He does have his teammate Crisis helping from the boiler side. Will pick up 2. Katsy picks up a 3rd. As now almost everybody dying for Knights Templar. This is an insane break if they could get it. He does have some help coming towards the backside as well, as now he will drop. So Natural Talent looking in prime position to snag probably at least another 10 to 15 seconds off this hill before broken.
Yeah, but we can't take anything away from Knights Templar. They're trying to be scrappy, but the only thing that I guess I would say that's critiquing how they're trying to break these hills is they're pushing one at a time instead of trying to like implement like the full like team push. If that makes any sense at all.
Absolutely. I mean, well, breaking hard points, especially like this, where really and truly, if you look at it, yes, there's 2 different angles towards the backside. There's really only 2 ways you can challenge that hill. It's either front or back. And you need to be able to split your team up and hit those things together. And I think that goes back to the cohesion that you and I were talking about earlier. We've just been missing that from Knights Templar when it came to the big breaks, as right now they will control P4. And nobody really in position from Natural Talent to break it. So I think they're content with giving them P4 as long as they can get P5 here, though.
We're looking at probably like our, I don't know, let's just say 6th or 7th game so far in this game. It has been really, I'm really impressed by how Knights Templar has bounced back. I know I said it earlier, but this is really impressive Call of Duty that they're playing right now after getting embarrassed in map 3, sorry. Like, they're slaying better. They're playing smarter. They seem like they're not really too affected by map 3, even though they're behind right now because they got broken. But, I mean, the P5 hill is really hard to, like, hold from time to time, especially when you're playing against, like, a really good team that has better slaying power initially. If that makes any sense.
This could be it. 45 seconds left on P5, only 15 needed for Natural Talent to close off this series. Nobody in position from Knights Templar to break in. We do finally have Rybo, who attempted to break in through the front. Ray will drop as well. An all-blue kill feed as Knights Templar goes 5 down at the worst possible time. And Natural Talent will close this out by a score of 250 to 203 and will close out the series after what was a really crazy game of hardpoint there in game 4. Both teams kind of edging one another out at the time. But again, Natural Talent slaying power and ability to break and hold hills. Varg went 41 and 24. He was absolutely feasting, as Natural Talent not turning back and will be the winner of your weekend tournament here for the K7 League.
Absolutely. And if you break down, I would say 2 players off the Natural Talent that actually stood out from maps 2, 3, and 4 would be Erg and Ivane. Those 2, they showed up to play, man.
Oh,
Ivane stepped up
huge
huge.
In the domination, dude. That was crazy.
Like, Ivane stepped up huge in game 2 after starting out, what was it, like 1 and 5. He brings it back to go positive. He absolutely feasted in domination, and he didn't stop there. He was going on streak after streak, it seemed like, and that map 4 right there. So Natural Talent, they are for real, man. Like, granted, yeah, it was horrible map 1. They were down a man, no excuses. They came ready to play once they had everybody on the team locked in. Absolutely. Now Knights Templar on the other hand, I don't know what happened. Like, you looked great map 1, and then all of a sudden you kind of fell apart towards the back half of the series. Like, I don't know what went wrong. Like, obviously, like, I'm not in their comms, either Shifty or Hero, but
I know what went wrong. Oh, boy. Natural Talent got all 5 players. That was what went wrong. So I mean, and
well,
even
I was trying to just like critique it from like and
from
different
like a
points.
gameplay standpoint, I think the biggest problem that I saw Knights Templar have pretty much a majority of the game was the lack of team pushes. I mean, we had a lot of singular gunfights, which granted, even if you can pick up 1 or 2 kills, it only matters so much because then you're going to be met with 2 or 3 more from the side of Natural Talent. We just saw overall better cohesion from NT today.
Absolutely.
And that is why they were your weekend champs. Hero, how do you feel about that, brother? Oh, I'm sorry, Breezy. Go ahead. Make your point before Hero talks.
I just want to make this like short little point. It would be like if Knights Templar was to like redo that whole map 5 again, and we got to P5, which we both just saw that they had a hard time breaking it or even holding it.
Maybe rotating a little earlier.
I would say rotate a little bit earlier, and if you want to go for the break, send 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and 1 up the middle, because that'll throw teams off.
We did see a very headlong push across the middle. A majority of P5s, we saw both teams just attempting to flood through the front door, which is fine if you know where to look. But the only downside is that Natural Talent was consistently changing up their positioning and getting better angles. So it was a hell of a series. I had a blast. Hero, what did you think?
Yeah, man, I was surprised and shocked. I honestly thought it would have been close. I mean, it's unfortunate for Rybo because his house was struck by lightning during the
that's really
series.
unfortunate.
So I think that's what kind of really brought him off balance a little bit. They had to bring in Zonzo, which is one of the org leaders of Knights Templar, but he's listed as a player. But you know, like Rybo got to get back in this last game. If you didn't see it, he did well. I mean, honestly, to them it didn't really matter as much because they're already guaranteed top 8 teams for next week.
Sure.
As we see that, that's what I'm assuming based off of the gameplay. But I mean, Natural Talent came in there, just really shredding all the teams that they played 3-0, really, getting it done quickly for this bracket. So they won the bracket out.
Yeah, that's why I said like Natural Talent had something to prove.
Oh yeah, they have.
They had to come out swinging. I mean, the circumstances weren't in their favor in map 1, but the way that we saw, like Shifty said, they had all 5 players, which that was that's almost like the straw that breaks the camel's back, right? Like you get all 5 players. Natural Talent didn't know what to do.
Well, and especially when you look at how the back half of and I'll even push it back to map number 1. We saw Natural Talent once Varg joined up. We saw them go on like 100-point streak. I mean, we saw them go from 200 to 50 to 156 to 250. So, I mean, we saw basically 100 points per every 50 points that Knights Templar was putting up in the back half of that hard point once everybody joined back up. So definitely congratulations to Natural Talent as they had a phenomenal tourney showing the entirety of the way. As now, I believe that'll be it from us. I think everybody is pretty much leaving the Discord from the players' side, so I don't believe we'll be having a post-game interview.
No, not that anybody wanted to come to. Honestly, it was a great stream. It was great to have.
Dang, I would have loved to talk to Ivane. Sorry, I would like to talk to him and kind of pick his brain.
See what he did. Yeah, see what he did.
Right. Like if there was a way to possibly get him in here for a brief little moment, that'd been really cool. But I mean, we're not gonna keep these kids or young men rather from doing whatever else they gotta do. But that would have just been cool. My first cast back, I get to be a part of an interview segment. That would have just been really cool.
Well,
Fair enough.
Next time we host or we cast, we'll invite them or tell one of their players to come in. After
that would just be that would be awesome because then Shifty can ask some questions. I can ask him a question.
Y'all don't want me doing post game interviews.
Oh boy.
Because I would actually like to get inside Ivane's head to see what he was thinking from map 1 all the way up until that.
Kill. That was all he was thinking. That was all he was saying. Kill.
Knights Templars got some good players, but Ivane is on a whole nother level.
Yeah, he was feasting.
Yeah, your mom
this man went on a 7 streak at one point, and what was it? It was a 7 streak at one point on Dom. Then he went on like a 4 streak.
So in
or a
the
5 streak
S&D,
again.
he started 0-3,
Right.
just because I remember, and then finished 9-5. So I mean, he was absolutely going off. I mean, at one point he went from 0-3 to 7-3, and that was across 3 rounds. So including an absolutely gnarly 1v4 that he snagged as well. So insane stuff from the guys over on Natural Talent. Congratulations to them. Again, I have been Shifty here, joined by the always lovely Breezy and Heroism, as we brought you some crazy Call of Duty action tonight. When is the next time we're going live, Hero? When's the next time K7's going to be back?
We go live next week for the Event 1 Major, which is the top 8 teams of this Event 1 that just happened within the last 4 weeks. That bracket will be drawn on Monday, tomorrow. So as soon as we get the stats and the data and analytics in, we will show you your top 8 teams, and we will show you the bracket for the championship. So this does not count towards scores or anything. This next week, it is a major, and this major will be played, and whoever wins the $150 prize pool for Event 1, and we go right into Event 2, which is the same thing. And then after that, it's the top 8 teams of the whole season playing for $200.
So in other words, folks, strap in. We are in for one hell of a ride for these next couple weeks.
Come back next week, baby.
Call of Duty. Next week is going to be something special. Hopefully we see all you beautiful human beings back here.
Absolutely, man.
I'm excited to get to cast again. Hopefully. Like, I enjoyed tonight. It was great.
Going to be a blast. I'm sure I'll be in and around the streams, whether or not I'm commentating or if I'm in the chat, in the YouTube chat. Again, thanks everybody for joining. Again, on behalf of Shifty, myself, Breezy, and Heroism, this has been the K7 League Week 4 Grand Finals.
And make sure you follow K7 on Twitter and follow us as well if you would like to. Till then, we'll see you guys next week.
Big shout out too, before we close, to Rogue Energy, Fade Grips. I believe also Get Good Hosts for providing neutral hosts for everyone to play on. Thank you, K7, for having us all. See you next week.
We're going to hit him with the outro, boys. Thank you all for watching. Here's the outro.
Oh, that's lit.
Absolute domination. Leave it to himself.